You're here! Oh, you guys!
Stand straight.
Daddy!
Oh, sweetheart.
I'm glad you're home.
Don't worry, I'm fine.
Thank goodness.
Knew it couldn't be that bad. No way.
It's really bad.
Hot damn, we are good!
Yes! Bombs detonated 1, members lost 0.
And one step closer to a brighter future.
Hell yeah!
Guys! Lower your voices, huh? People are listening.
Oh,
Right!
Now get some R&R. You've earned it. Just be ready for the next mission, all right? See you soon. At 7th Heaven. You know, where Tifa works. Don't keep her waiting. She'll worry. Not long now, honey. Daddy's home.
Oh, he's a dad. So yeah, now we're in the Sector 7 slums, which are underneath the city.
Ah.
You can see that giant main pillar in the center there is the train like corkscrews around it all the way down.
Avoiding the big pipes.
Avoiding
naturally.
the big fucking pipes. So on top of there being like a map for the area, there's this cool map of Midgar. It's not
Whoa.
it's not useful. It's just there to bring out to go like, fuck, that's cool.
Yeah.
We're in the Sector 7 slums below the city plate.
The poetically named pizza.
The pizza, yeah. On top of the big Mako reactors that surround the outer perimeter, you can see there's other pillars kind of like halfway in that are other smaller support pillars. Yeah, we bombed Mako Reactor 1, we were in Sector 8, one all the way down here. Something really cool about this remake is that in the original game, you hear about how the slums are underneath the city plate, but because the original game used pre-rendered backgrounds and no dynamic camera, you could never just look up. So you never really get a really good sense of scale, and there's a lot of times where Barrett's talking about that big old pizza, and it's like, okay, I'll take your word for it, I can't look up. You can also see that on the plate, there's a ton of lamps to actually light up the slums at night. There's that whole sector there, which you can see in the intro too. It's just not done.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of all the support pillars, hey, there's one right there. It's huge. It's really fun just seeing how much they increased the scale of Midgar, because the original game does a very good job of portraying the idea that the city is massive, but if you actually look at it in all the pre-rendered scenes, like, it's very tiny.
So, what do me and the reactor have in common? Everyone gets pissed off when we stop working. I need a new job.
So yeah, just like in the upper plate of Sector 8, lots of people live down in the slums, and they all have a fuckload of stuff to say.
Office still there?
Somehow. As long as the trains are running, it'll be work as usual tomorrow.
And of course, you know, even if I wanted to, there's no way I could capture everything these people say, because there's just so much. Every time I like do a practice run or play through a part of this, it's just like, fuck, they say that too?
I guess. Don't they realize what's happened?
But there's always some stuff I'm going to want to highlight and all that, but one of the other crazy things regarding these NPCs is that the stuff they say, even if you're in the same area, changes depending on the time of day.
Of course it does.
What are we even doing here? No one in their right mind would go into a train graveyard at night.
People talk, rumors spread, and kids get curious. You know how it is.
Speaking of which, you hear it was supposedly a ghost, not a monster, that attacked that guy this afternoon?
What?
Must have been seeing things.
Yeah, they guard the train graveyard. It's supposedly haunted as hell.
Well, you know, graveyard. Yeah.
Talk about weird stuff going down. A reactor bombing, the train graveyard getting closed off.
What? The graveyard's closed?
One of the locals was attacked by...
What, were you planning to hang out at a train graveyard?
The train graveyard's like a strangely hopping place that people really want to go to.
I'm going on a ghost hunt. Come on out, ghosts!
Kid, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You gotta calm down.
Yeah. The actual reason why people want to go to the graveyard, if I remember correctly, is it's a really good place for salvagers to go to make money.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like this big group of people here who are very happy because they think one of their friends fucking died in the bombing.
Well, I'll have you know, I was worried sick.
Thought you were dead. Somehow.
Just seeing your faces.
Are you crying?
Like, you could stick around with these people and they have like another whole conversation where we're just going like, oh man, I thought you were fucking dead. But on top of all these NPCs, every once in a while, the game brings back an NPC that was pretty memorable from the original. There's this couple that would stand by this lamppost in the original that were always like flirting and talking about wanting to make out somewhere.
How about it, baby girl?
How about what?
And they're the same in this.
There you go.
Although they're dressed much nicer. The originals were like, one of them had like a fucking mohawk, I think.
Let's go someplace a little less crowded.
Okay, except the only place around here is the train graveyard, which everyone says is haunted. But that's cool, right?
Rain check?
You know what's messed up about this place? Makeout Point is in the middle of something called the train graveyard.
Yeah. You just hide in one of the old train cars and no one will ever know what you're doing.
Except the train ghosts.
Man, on top of the train graveyard being haunted, the ghosts there are weird perverts.
Train services have concluded for the day. We will provide an update on the schedule first thing tomorrow morning. Thank you for your patience. Emergency train services have now concluded. This was the final train of the day.
Wow, good job catching the last train there, Cloud.
Yeah.
Safe journey home.
So last episode, we saw Barrett get into a little altercation there with the Shinra middle manager and his friends. Well, there he is. You can actually find a lot of the NPCs that you see in cutscenes later on in the game and see what they're up to.
So the Mako reactor's broken?
For now. But don't you worry. We're gonna fix it. It'll be up and running in no time.
Really? That's great!
Sure is, sweetie.
That's nice.
Yeah, and in fact, Shinra middle manager, out of all the NPCs, is probably the guy you see recurred the most.
Much is enough fried march? A handful?
He shows up all the time.
A whole heap?
I wish I could tell you, but sadly, I don't share your passion for processed food.
There's a lot of made-up foods in this that were not in the original. Fried marsh and louche, no fucking... They don't even say what type of food it is.
It's something you can fry.
Something so stiff it knocks me out.
They had this one drink in Wall Market. Tasted like the nectar of the gods.
We ain't got shit like that here. How about one that tastes like their piss?
I'm not against piss. I'll take it.
God piss.
And like on top of all the people who live in the slums, you'll also sometimes find people from the upper plate.
Why did we have to come to the slums? There's trash everywhere, and the smell.
Yeah, seriously, why?
So loud. Can we even trust the hotels around here?
I bet their mattresses are crawling with bugs.
Oh, because they're displaced. Okay.
Yeah, this is another couple that you can follow around a couple times throughout the game to see how they're dealing with being stuck down here.
I was pulling some OT when it happened. Want to know what I was thinking the whole time I was evacuating?
You got me. I survived this. I'm getting my drink on at 7th Heaven.
All right, sounds like a plan. I'm free tomorrow, so let's do it.
When I put him in charge of my stand, I told him, son, the goal isn't to make a fortune. It's to make people happy. If someone's having a bad day, it's your job to put a smile on their face.
Like this type of NPC chatter, like I can't believe they even took their time to write it, because it's like, how many people are going to walk by, stop at this one food truck, and like if you do, oh, you get to learn that like this old guy passed on his food truck business to his son and taught him all about being a good food truckman.
And it's still like backseat, food trucking. He's right there.
He's right there, and maybe it's his first day.
Some guys on the train were saying stuff about Shinra, criticizing the good work we do.
Ingrates! I hope you were able to talk some sense into them.
Yeah, of course. They were blubbering like babies by the time I was through with them.
Well done, dear.
So I said the oath and everyone clapped.
I'll just let his family live in that illusion. Goodbye.
I think he's over by the TVs. He's been watching the news this whole time.
Oh, that's actually not a bad idea. I want to know if they've caught anyone.
Whoa, who's that guy? Standing in the highlight.
What kind of person bombs a reactor?
The kind of person who goes around putting up flyers all over the slums, I expect.
Avalanche. That sounds familiar.
Tom Plady's only had it so good because of the reactors. This bombing's changed all that.
Yeah, well, shoes on the other foot now. Let's see how they like fighting to survive.
They're people too, you know.
Fuck that. Yeah, people say it every once in a while. I'm glad it's not like a... Like, people will call rich people up on the Plaities, and they'll call people in the slums grounders, but it doesn't come up that often. I'm very thankful for that, because I feel like there's a lot of stories out there, especially like young adult fiction, where everyone has a proper noun that's like something nobody would ever call that thing in real life.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they use the grounder and Plaidy stuff pretty sparingly.
Huh. Mako is the lifeblood of the planet? Yeah, the hell it is. Goddamn eco-warriors with their dumbass posters. I tear them down and they're back up inside of an hour. Like I've got nothing better to do. I mean, look at all that steel work. You trying to tell me that's not progress? What the... You okay, buddy? Mako junkie, huh? Figures.
You again.
That hot shower can't come soon enough. I can barely tell my skin from all the ash and sweat.
When I get back, it's refueling time.
And you, Jesse?
I don't know. Figure out how I screwed up?
Hey, Biggs, what's the skincare routine? Tell me your products, Bidge.
Come on.
Biggs. Bidge is their ship name.
Yeah. Bidges! Oh my god.
Warning. Gate broken. Fiends in area. Exercise caution. No reason to check it out. Not my problem.
Well, this guy sounds like a Patrick Warburton impersonator?
You don't want to mess with the monsters in here. Move along now.
Also, I literally just found this out, but that guy is actually voiced by Talon Warburton, who is Patrick Warburton's son. Also, talking about NPCs from the original game, they try very hard to keep as many of those in as possible, especially the few that people bring up all the time just because they were kind of memorable. But if we go over here and listen to these old people talk.
Public security should know who did it. So
you'll interrupt them while they're working?
Come on, it's one little question.
Those two guards that they're talking about are from the original game, and they kept their stupid gimmick they had from the original and actually expanded upon it.
Excuse me? Due to an emergency, entry into this area is prohibited. Sorry for the inconvenience.
You called that a warning?
No, sir!
Yeah, you can repeatedly visit these dudes, and they have more things to say, with one of the guys always being kind of a wimp.
In accordance with emergency regulations, entry into this area is prohibited. Please, leave at once.
Still too nice!
Or not even a wimp, he's just polite.
Look, if you're not shooting him by the end of the sentence, you're being too nice.
This area is off limits! Turn around and leave at once! If you don't, I'll have no choice but to use force!
Now you're getting the hang of it!
That's the way to be a cop! Yeah, here they are in the original. They had a very similar gimmick, but they put in way more chances to listen to these guys talk to each other. You only saw these guys maybe twice in the original. Later on, we'll also be seeing what the original version of Sector 7 looked like just a little bit. Fair to say, it's way bigger now.
Man. The stuff that unites the top and the bottom is pizza.
It's true.
Everywhere you go, they love pizza.
Once again, relief supplies are currently being distributed in the lobby of the Shinra building.
Wow.
Doctors are also
Wait, this
stationed
is
in the
real?
building's disaster
It's not a
relief
movie?
center. If you
How
are
long's it
unable
gonna
to reach
keep
the building
burning?
on your own, please contact the nearest Shinra employee for assistance. Mayor Domino, in conjunction with President Shinra, has declared a state of emergency in Midgar. The administration has issued assurances
Are they gonna
that
turn
they
the
are doing
reactor off?
everything in their
Why
power
did
to
people
provide
blow
aid
it
to
up?
those most in need. As yet, no group has claimed responsibility for the attack, but security services are working tirelessly to identify those involved.
What the? That's where I work. No freaking way.
Put that fire out, idiots!
I was there yesterday.
Mayor Domino.
The plate of Midgar is very frequently referred to as a pizza, and the mayor is named Domino.
What do you know? That ain't half bad. I'll make a grease monkey out of you yet.
Thanks. I've always dreamed of opening up my own shop, so I can look after my parents, you know?
Well, a man can always dream, can't he?
Like the whole Domino thing, even went as far as like a month or two ago, the official Domino's Twitter account like tweeted about it, and then like had a big Photoshop of Midgar being a Domino's pizza.
Marlene.
Daddy, you're home!
That's right, Angel, I am. Have you been a good girl?
Yeah, I've been helping Tifa.
Oh, you did you? Well, well.
You made it. Where'd you get that? I can't remember the last time I saw a real one. Huh? How sweet. When did you get so thoughtful?
A guy can change. Has been 5 years.
Huh?
I need to talk to Barrett.
Right. Come on in.
Daddy, the Mako place blew up. Everyone on TV's talking about it.
Don't you worry about all that silliness. Daddy's here and he's not going anywhere tonight. Now turn that thing off and let's get you to bed, huh? Yeah, your money. Ask Tifa. She takes care of all that.
Do you mind keeping Marlene company until I'm done with this?
Me?
Yeah, you.
If you have any information pertaining to the identity of the perpetrators, please contact the nearest public security officer or security headquarters.
What the hell you think you're doing, scaring my daughter like that?
Daddy says never talk to strangers.
That's right, honey, I do say that. What a good girl you are remembering Daddy's lessons. You know what else good girls do? They go to bed on time. Come on.
But I'm not tired. I want to talk some more, Daddy.
All right, but just this once.
So then, what can I get you?
My money. I'm still waiting on it.
Right. About that, we should talk outside.
Daddy? Did the people who died all return to the planet?
Of course. Let that be a lesson to you. When you want to talk to a little kid, don't go giving other professional killer eyes.
before we get on to money, there's an empty apartment in a place just down the road. It's nothing fancy, but I was thinking you could stay there for now. The landlady's a big friend of the cause, so you wouldn't even have to pay rent. Sound good?
Sure does. Thanks.
Follow me then. How was it up on the plate?
It was chaotic.
Sorry for dragging you into all this. It was wrong of me to put you in danger like that. I promise I won't do it again.
Danger's part of the job. Don't worry about me.
I'll try not to.
Always happy to help stick it to Shinra.
I don't know what it is, but my life feels so
So,
empty.
you make nice with everyone?
Much as I could, all things considered. Maybe not enough for them.
Good. You had me worried. You're not exactly a people person.
I'll give you that.
I saw Sector 8 on the news. It was like a war zone.
The news is just another Shinra mouthpiece. They'll spread whatever lies Shinra tells them to.
So, it wasn't that bad?
It was.
Oh, right. And here we are. Good old Stargazer Heights. You're on the second floor.
So, I held off on doing a Let's Play this game for a bit, hoping they would fix some texture bugs, but they haven't yet.
Room 201 here is where I sleep. Don't have time for much else, what with 7th Heaven and all. Not even time to decorate.
There was no day one patch for this game, and a bunch of stuff from Square Enix got delayed because of coronavirus, so I think they just... Like, I found it. There are real textures for that door. They just never load. So they're just going to be a blob. There's a couple other random textures in other parts of the game that are also going to be blobs sometimes, so whatever.
Here's your room, 202. Don't worry, I already told the landlady about you.
You did?
Yes? Oh, I mean, I told her I had a friend looking for a place to stay. Was that too much?
No. It's fine. And this?
That one's, know what? It's getting late. I'll introduce you tomorrow.
That's Sephiroth's new apartment where he's having his party.
Oh, God. I'm just gonna go right to bed.
It's a little bare, but should be enough to get you through the night. If you want anything else, we can always get it.
There's one thing. My money. You guys owe me 2,000, remember?
I do. And we'd love to settle up, especially since this was your first job for us, but...
That's it?
Sorry. We spent the rest preparing for the mission. That really is it. But not for long. I'm collecting money for filters tomorrow, so I can pay you after.
And you're sure about that?
Of course, as long as you help, that is. Wait, then I'd have to pay you for that too. Never mind.
No, 2,000's enough. That's what we agreed on, so that'll be the price. With what you gave me, that leaves 1,500.
You're the best. I'll see you bright and early at the bar then. Thanks again for everything. Sleep tight.
Guess it's time for introductions. Hey, you okay in there? Oh. Coming in.
What are you doing to Marco? This is his apartment. He's got a few problems, but he's not a bad guy. The landlady asked me to check on him now and then to make sure he's okay. Can I ask you to do the same?
Sure.
The first 48 Marcos were great, guys.
Oh, man. Never did give that cat his eye drops. Sephiroth's gonna be so mad at me. But yeah, for extras, as you pointed out, during this cutscene, you can see that that pickpocket girl come out right there, right behind the Shinra middle manager. So when you're following Tifa to the apartment, if you don't continue to follow her, you can notice that those group of people over there, that girl is over there now. If you listen to her.
When the Mako reactor exploded, wow, did the ground shake. It was crazy.
I heard about that on the news.
Don't you have anything better to talk about?
Anyone hear about this? You know the expressway by the station in Sector 8? It collapsed during the explosion.
No way.
They sent in the military to help with the relief efforts, but it's supposedly not going very well, and even more stuff might collapse.
Holy shit!
I risked my neck to get this valuable information for you guys. So, that'll be 3 gil. Nothing's free, you know.
So yeah, this girl runs around the slums and just like to tell people about shit she's seen and tries to charge people for it, so she's like a grifter as well.
Know what? It's getting late. I'll introduce you tomorrow.
Okay, well, instead of going to my apartment...
Wait a minute. That's Tifa's room. Don't be weird.
Be weird.
I'm already a little weird. I thought Marco was my friend Sephiroth? I don't know. Hey, open up. I have to...
What are you doing? You've never even met this person.
I have to take care of the cat.
Yeah, you're about to. Come on.
And also, when you're going to the apartment after Cloud wakes up, you can try to go to Tifa's apartment again.
What? You gonna wake her up?
She might know what's so noisy.
Also, it's funny, this was the first gameplay trailer they ever showed for VII Remake. This game took a long time to be made. Part of it being they announced it basically when it was in just starting pre-production. They announced it absurdly early because they wanted to try to boost sales for the PlayStation 4 in Japan. So the game looks really different. And that was also because this game wasn't being developed by Square Enix internally originally. Like, they had some, you know, high-level producers and project managers and stuff were from Square, but they were going with CyberConnect. They were outsourcing all the work to them to make the remake. But after, like, a year or so, they said, like, oh, we're moving the development of this game back to Square Enix because we weren't quite happy with what CyberConnect was doing.
Barrett not big enough, clearly.
Yeah, he's not big enough. But people always said, like, oh, the game took so long because they scrapped, like, a whole year or a year and a half's worth of work. But if you look at this original trailer, a lot of the framing of the cutscenes are almost exactly the same as the final game. And, like, the combat, all the core ideas are already there, just very low frame rate.
Yeah.
But a lot of the same moves, the combat system, judging from that stuff, has pretty similar rules to what the final game is. So I don't really know if they really scrapped that much work. I think it just took a long time to make. But it is fun to compare some of the shots, especially small Barrett, thick Barrett.
Yeah.
And then old Cloud and new Cloud. There's a pretty noticeable difference in the face. But this was the only trailer they had shown for the game for 2.5 years or something like that. They really held this game close to their chest until they were really ready to show it.